Hi, I'm Michael Kirkwood. I'm happy to be called Mike. My bid for an independent seat in the Senate is very different from others, as you may have noticed. It is based around what we can all do when we see a common need and pull together to sort it out. The first focus is to address the gutted feeling that many Australians have that our society is changing before our eyes from being like a beautiful, cohesive school of fish flashing in the sunlight to a stranded mass desperately flapping for water on the shore. We are losing our heart as a nation. To bring the heart back, the flyer called Have You Had Enough is being distributed as a People's Commission among Australians. It has a two-pronged aim. First, to give each and every one of us the goodwill and heart to do something about the millions of silent deaths and losses of close mateship and relationships going on in Australia. This is going on through abortion, divorce and suicide. The second aim is to give the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, and his government a mandate to fix it. I reckon you'll agree with me that people getting married don't think about divorce. People making love don't think about abortion. Parents having children don't expect them to reject their sexuality, and no one starts off life with assisted suicide or euthanasia on their minds. But in the past 50 years, Australia and its states have altered laws that encourage divorce, encourage abortion, encourage sex changes of children, and encourage euthanasia. These alterations are destroying trust between us. They were brought in on platforms based on emotion rather than reason. They used the great Australian ideal of looking after the underdog to include exceptions, but those exceptions go against the rules. They went against the directions and stories of the Bible, the book written to show us how to get on with each other. Now, laws normalise and encourage behaviour, so our society slowly but surely accepted behaviours destroying trust, behaviours that would never have been thought of in the past. The Australian spirit of trusting mateships, the lifeblood of who we are, has been diminished. Families and friends take sides in divorce. Relationships are broken and children are left devastated and bewildered. The prospect of lifelong mateships with a son or daughter is destroyed by abortion or made impossible by sex changes, and the introduction of laws that would normalise assisted suicide or euthanasia will further erode trust in our nation. Many people are lonely and searching for a gasp of happiness like those fish on the shore, the happiness and security of good mateships. And many of us are at the point where we can't even trust our best friends. Our only cry may be, "Oh God," or maybe a desperate but scarcely believing, "God help me." But Jesus, his Son, says, "Trust in me." Are you calling Jesus a liar? I did, and my life was a mess. By trusting the man who, it is recorded at least 3 times, said he would and did defeat death, and saying sorry for not believing all that he says and does in the Bible, I personally started a one-to-one relationship with him in my heart and later in my head through his instructions in the Bible. He says, "I am in you and you are in me and you are a new creation." And Jesus doesn't lie. So now, by admitting or repenting and saying sorry for not believing him, you can begin to trust his spirit of goodwill within you. The spirit of goodwill needed to do and say things that are right in God's eyes, and one of which is wisely and truthfully helping others, no matter who they are, just like we Aussies used to do and can do again. When, with your commissioning, laws are changed to encourage marriage, the birth and lives of babies, respect and care for the old and infirm, and satisfaction with their given sexuality, you will be doing Jesus' will. Australians will begin to trust again in the security and confidence of a solid knowledge of real truth given us by God. No more fake news. Working through our problems instead of making laws that allow us to run away gives us the opportunity to be mates with Jesus within us and have the wonderful, full lives that he wants us to have, and also sort out these issues with our friends. So, I hope that you know that the focus is to give each and every Australian the heart to speak up. Know your real, soft, wise heart in Jesus and work through problems using the direction of his word, the Bible. This means that we will again be, as the first paragraph of our Constitution says, relying on the blessing of Almighty God. He will bring out the best in us. As all governance affects our personal lives one way or another, I shall endeavour to use these principles for every bill and situation that is brought up in Parliament.